Strange noises, that's me. So I am your new co-lead. I'm excited to actually be a part of this. Um, so anything you need, just feel free to reach me out. I promise I don't bite. Um, I promise, I promise. So yes. Okay, good job. Sorry. So just a reminder of code of conduct. We all respect each other, follow abide by the code of conduct, the rules and all that stuff. And same basic stuff. And then we kind of want to go over a couple of topics. First, we don't have any new faces. Everybody know everybody, really. So I'll move on from that. And so let's talk about KubeCon. Jay and William, would you like to start on that? Because I won't be able to attend Atlanta this year, but anybody that is this year, I think William going and Mark as well. Okay, so go ahead and take over.
So,
We're going to be doing the community hub session. Can you talk more
right,
about that? Yeah.
right. There is going to be the community hub session. Wendy reached out to myself, Destiny, and Jay to for someone from Deep Roots to sit at the session to host the session. Um, Jay is not going. Destiny, you're not going. So I though I'm not a co-lead. I put my hand up that I'm available and willing to host the session. Wendy will send out um, example topics and uh, conversation starters and hot takes examples. Uh, what by next week she said. So my suggestion would be that Destiny, you and Jay have the first say on what should be the topics that we discuss. If you want to have any, if you feel we should have um, what you think we should have, and then I will address it there. Maybe Mark wants to join. Mark's wants to join me on that. Yeah, I think it's a recap of what happened in the last since last KubeCon and the initiatives that um, wants to be that we want to engage on next. I think it could be a good conversation starter, but also something to involve more people. I'm not sure. So, but again, I need to we need to see what Wendy is coming back with.
One little point regarding, and so first, glad, so Curtis will also be there. So at least we
Oh,
have
nice.
three people that we know from the community that are going. So that's awesome.
Nice.
I also think like it's always a great opportunity to recruit new members, right? Because there will be a lot of people who don't know this group. Now with the Deep Roots name, it's also not as intuitive to look for it, right? That's one of the challenges that we knew would happen. So I think we should like that, like besides all the topics, like I think at the beginning, kind of like, hey, we're part of Deep Roots, we're all members, join us, blah, blah, blah. Maybe like a slide where we can put it up during the whole session so people know that how to join and then repeat it often. Don't be too shy to, like people need multiple reminders. So, so I think that's a great opportunity. I also put a name, like a question regarding the name, because Wendy asked, like, should it be BIPOC? Should it be Deep Roots? And then,
Replied.
huh?
I think I've replied.
Yeah, you said BIPOC is not really,
Correct.
yeah. But I also think we should include Deep Roots because we want to kind of people to start connecting it with it. So even though it's like, because the good thing about a BIPOC is like when you spell it out, it's very clear what it is. There's no explanation. So my suggestion would be like Deep Roots and then just spell it out, Black, Indigenous, and People of Color Community Gathering. It's very long, but I think it's better to
Um,
be specific.
but it was one of the terms that is not allowed by the legal rules of Linux Foundation.
I don't know, right? Like now they're saying LGBTQ and everything else. And it's like, I don't know what, like, I think their legal team is constantly kind of saying, like, this is like very dangerous and now it's less dangerous. It's like if they decide they want to do it, it's like I did tell Wendy, it's like we did change the names because it seemed like to be like this very kind of like, you know, like sensitive topic, and now they feel, I don't know. So I think the way and then Mark and Curtis can probably attest by that. It's like a up and down every time. You kind of like you just sometimes things are more okay, and then you have to like that's our reality right now. And apparently now you can mention it. I don't know. It's like
Okay.
so if they're fine with it because they wanted to call it, they suggested BIPOC. So I think they will tell us if, and I did tell her like if it's like you figure it out, like if we should avoid it. I'm sorry, Destiny.
Oh,
What?
yeah. If you feel uncomfortable, you don't have to. We're just trying to like spread awareness that we have this group. And if you still feel like it, because I know we get in those moments, we'll start explaining and people just give us that look and we just know. So it's just more of just say, hey, we're a group of like, we looking out for jobs for each other, helping each other out. Like we're just a community that kind of looks out for each other. We don't have to
No,
mention that we're advocate. We don't have to mention that we're activists because I know some of those terms kind of like blacklist us in a conversation. So we can just kind of just say we're like a group that kind of focus on topics that are sensitive and we try to navigate through those.
I personally, I don't have a problem with it, Destiny. I don't feel comfortable or uncomfortable with neither. Um, I I can safely say that in Europe, people wouldn't understand what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
we had it in London. We had this community gathering, and it was BIPOC on the title, and people just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that was like
If
very, yeah.
if it works in the US, for me, it's okay. I'm not from there, so for me, either way, it's fine.
Yeah, but I would not use the acronym. I would spell it out. Because then it's like, because it's like hiding it behind an acronym that some people, even some people from the community do not know, which is something that, you know, we've heard that even some people from the US were like, that was new to me. It's like, but like we also have hopefully, probably not that much this time, but also international people from the community that are coming to the US. So I feel like spelling it out is ideal if the CNCF feels that it's fine, because we don't want people to be guessing. And the thing in London, it was the issue, no one knows what BIPOC was, and then so no one was kind of triggered like, oh, I should go there. This is interesting. It's like, I don't know. There's so much stuff in the community. Just ignore the stuff that doesn't make sense to you.
Right.
So should we use Deep Roots and then like spell it out community gathering or something different?
I think
Curtis, what do you guys think? Should we just spell it out as for the title? So when people
I
see
do.
it,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I do agree with Catherine. I think Deep Roots is fine in my opinion, but I do think we should add the spelling out of BIPOC just because, like you said, it's easy to not know what that acronym is. Especially working in tech, you see 1,000 acronyms, so it's not always easy to recognize which one is which.
Yeah, I agree with that, Curtis. I think that would be good.
And Deep Roots, the only reason I'm adding it in there, like I suggested adding it in there, is because we want to start people kind of like connecting Deep Roots with. It's not that any does like, okay, Deep Roots, because it's like that's the issue that we have. Like only our group knows Deep Roots. And like we have to kind of keep the name, like put it out there. So people when they see Deep Roots somewhere, they're gonna say, oh, that's that is this community group. So that was it makes it even longer, but I'm like, I don't know. Both things are important, that
Right.
people understand what Deep Roots means and that it is explicit and people understand what it means. Like hiding behind acronyms is not ideal if we're missing people.
Right. I think a good example of that is last year was my first time at QCon. And initially, I didn't know about the DE&I initiatives and these BIPOC sessions. So when I saw that, I gravitated towards it because it was, yeah, I guess for the obvious, but it was just good to see that there, and being that I knew the acronyms, I was able to just kind of gravitate towards them. So
Mhm.
I agree as well. Last year at I believe Salt Lake City when we had it, I went to all the ones that we had, the DEI, the BIPOC, and all that. It was like really interesting because at the conference, we're all walking past each other. Everybody don't know everybody, but when we actually go into the room and realize how many of us is there, and we all have the same issue, and we all have the same comment, and we are expressing, that's really, really important, I feel.
agreed. I feel like those were some of my favorite sessions just because it was
Yeah.
more collaborative and more of a conversation versus just sitting
Yeah.
and listening for almost an hour.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
felt genuine, organic. A lot of great relationships were built. So yeah, I definitely know that the name matters. And I guess this out of curiosity might be for you, Catherine, because I know you said there's someone that will like be putting the name there. Is there like a time frame that we'll know, like, hey, we'll be able to use Deep Roots, BIPOC spelled all out, or is it a matter of like we'll know once we get there?
So Wendy is the person organizing it, and she asked about the name. And then I just sent her a message saying like this is what we kind of like. So I'm hoping that that's enough. Yeah.
Cool.
So what's some of the topics that you guys would like to talk about in those hub sessions? Like I know we had some good ones last year. I was thinking about kind of rotating those. What are some of the issues that we have in the tech space that we feel we need to address? Even if it's surface level. And what would you like to see out of any event that you go to? I say food. That's just my thing. I'm sorry. I feel like food is the key or the root of everything. And since we are deep root, I feel like that should be included in every conference that we go to. We should like add different types of food or just have like something maybe in our group that people will come in and be like, hey, I know a really good food spot that's really about my culture and this and that, or Atlanta's known for this spot and that, like something like that. Have our chat like really just live and active, like people asking questions, they'll come like, hey, I heard about your group. You guys know about some food spots here? Like, I don't know, just networking, connecting, just talking about different stuff like that. So that's just one of mine. And even like locally, like Black owned businesses there in Atlanta, we know Atlanta, like we know how it is. So maybe we can like put some spotlight on that, talk about the history there, like something. Just I think we should do that. But just your opinion, what you think? We can add that to the hub session. Any questions you would like to ask? Just throw some ideas so we can just, give it to Wendy and then we can have that.
Who was there last time? Yeah. Was it like
And
a
so,
yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, you represent Salt Lake City last year?
Yes.
Yes, I was
Mhm.
there.
Because I think because for the deaf and hard of hearing, we did more like a open discussion, and I think for these, they were saying they didn't want it was more as a gathering, but were they like questions and kind of like what?
Yeah, there were open discussions,
Okay, so what?
scenarios that we kind of had to like team build, work together on. So those are really helpful to like converse, break the ice, getting to know people. I thought that was pretty creative. So yeah, I agree with Destiny, like having a few things that we can like run by people like, hey, this is what we know as like a place to go eat if you want to hang out with someone you met here, network. So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. So I think probably we should create like a document and keep those because one thing that's easier also like for the next KubeCon you can see like, what did we do last time? And then kind of tweak, just make a copy of that document and tweak, keep what worked and like move and change the things that we that didn't work. So I can create that document. And then I don't know, would you, I mean, and Will already volunteered, but Mark and Curtis, would you kind of like, are you planning to attend and would you like to kind of support Will and kind of leading it and like represent the group and help recruit new members, right?
Yeah,
Sure. I'll be for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will share a doc and then like just an empty one, so it is in our folder, shared folder, and then you can just start with some ideas. And but yeah, like feel free as well to brainstorm here. But let me just do that well.
okay. And is it more of like once we're going through the stock, you'll pass it along to Wendy, or will we kind of communicate with her or whoever's coordinating it? Or I guess that would be Will, who's helping out with that.
Yeah, I think Wendy, well, like Wendy was going to show some examples, right? But I think like since Mark and Curtis have been there already, like you have a pretty good idea. And maybe like, so there's no reason to kind of wait,
Okay.
right? But like it's also good to see like what example that might trigger new ideas. But
For sure.
but
Okay.
you like once you've seen it, you kind of get the
Yeah.
sense, right? And can do new things, right? Like whatever you feel like. If it's basically now it's your session.
All right.
So feel free to do an experiment, right?
Cool.
One idea that I would like to throw out there is I was just curious how many people from our community have ideas to present, and if maybe they were interested in sharing that with our group, and then maybe it could be more intimate where they do hands-on demos or walk us through setting up their talk or whatever technology they're sharing, just so that way people can get some hands-on skills with technical things.
Oh, that would be a cool actual session, right? Like an additional.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Is there anything that you can request to help like support or facilitate the session? Like you sort of mentioning things around brainstorm. I'm not sure how heavy people want to get, but I mean, are there materials that can be provided in the, to Curtis's points, is there space or things will be accommodated to help with setup and people just decide to start, hacking together, or are we able to request those sorts of things? I know we sort of put out there around breakfast and food. I'm not sure how that's going to run, but I mean, just to, help progress things.
So the deadline already passed, but I mean, they kind of, so it was on Friday, but I
Mhm.
think we can always kind of submit another session and say like, if there's space, because I don't know, I don't have clarity of how much, because I know like last time it wasn't full all the time. So it was like, there was like, they had like certain sessions and sometimes there was nothing and then there was something. So it's like, that's one of the things that I suggested is like, let's use, like, we're already paying for a room. It's paid for, it's there. So if there's more availability, maybe we can come up and suggest some new sessions. And so I don't know how many people have submitted something because I did like at some point I was like, here's the form, submit, and then we'll see. We have the Breakfast. But I would say like it would be cool, maybe Curtis, I can share the form. I don't think they have closed it. So if you want to submit that idea, and again, it's like a CFP, but it's like they just shared it with the Merge Forward people, right? So where you kind of pitch your idea and then they decide whether they accept it or not. Would you be interested submitting that? Because I did like the idea.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't put too much thought into what I would actually present myself, but I do have some things I can. Not to put Will on the spot. I know Will did a spot for was the Cube Crash, which I thought they did a good talk there.
I thought it was
and
more like a show and tell kind of thing. That's what I had, and like people can kind of show what they've. That's how
I mean that will work too. I was just looking for anything that would actually get I guess kind of showcase some of the things that our community are working on and maybe teach people who are in attendance.
Yeah.
I was thinking for the breakfast, like, remember how, Mark, we went to the team building thing? It was like we had dinner and it was like team building. So after we had our dinner, and then I think it was before or after, I think it was after. And then we just sort of had like these little papers and we had to like read about the person and then kind of like we learned about bias and different stuff. Just I think we could probably do that for the breakfast session.
That was really good. I can work with Curtis to see how we can like make that into our own scenarios because that was like really good for ice breaking. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Will. I see you have your hand up.
No problem. No problem. I had this. What about doing a birds of a feather kind of thing? So the people that are there, kind of in the community hub. I mean, kind of grouping them for related technology. Meaning, I don't know, people that work on observability, the people that do SRE, people that are platform engineers, people that work in sales, whatever. Grouping them together and do some exercises like in groups. Challenge yourself with what are your challenges, like what are the things that you see, and then coming back all together and see how are these challenges going across the other practices, the other groups. um, I don't know, just something to break the ice, something like that. I don't know. I thought it's always nice to put together to create a taxonomy of people, a classification. Very bad. I'm sorry, uh, but and then show that there is no classification, right? We are all in the same boat and all experiencing the same problems, regardless how you flip it. The coin is always the same value. So I don't know. Maybe something like that could be an icebreaker. Sorry, my voice. It sounds like I'm always about to cry, but I'm not about to cry. I don't have much voice.
I thought you were so excited about everything that it was so emotional.
I know I don't have emotions. I'm a piece of ice.
I won't be there, but I think that's cool. You said it's supporting people where they are at their sort of leg of the journey or their space in the community. Then, as you say, bring everyone back together again. I reckon it's a good way just to acknowledge whoever does show up and there's time to sort of they might come with something specific that they want to work through or need support with. I think it's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, and maybe as well now, because we were talking about these things and it's a little last minute, but like we should definitely kind of capture ideas for next time if we don't get to kind of submit these for the community hub. I love the idea about connecting people from the community that have like that are working in the same field, so you can, because it's like great to build the supportive network in general, but you also want to have like people who are working in your specific area, right? Because like I don't know, like these are all the SREs, or as you said, like there are a lot of salespeople in Cloud Native. Like, so I'm also a salesperson, like I think that would be cool. I love that idea to connect people also there, so they can kind of give each other tips and so on. Yeah. That's me.
Yes, I just remembered that I had talked with Jay about maybe we can like do where people can come up and tell their story, because I'm pretty sure all of us have a story to tell about how we got into this space and what do we do and how we tackle some of these things, and stuff like that. Because I was saying like I can get up there, tell my story, and just a different perspective as a deaf person and how I navigate in tech. And then Jay and William, for the breakfast, if we're allowed to do that as well.
So the breakfast,
Okay.
the breakfast kids thing.
Yeah.
The breakfast is still TBD. So I did ask initially, and they said, "Oh no, we cannot do this." So we just went ahead and submitted it. I was like, I don't know. So I will kind of push some other kind of people saying like, I mean, we have the room. just put some coffee in it, right? It's just like, because I think it is a good idea. So the idea was, and I think that's what we discussed last time, right? Like on the first day before the keynotes, right? It was before, because we wanted to have that before people get into session, so people can meet each other, like meet and then kind of like have the whole conference to kind of meet again and so on. And but this is like a merge forward, right? Thing. So it's like for all the different groups. So I don't know but if accepted, we can see like, but it would be maybe we could have like different tables where we say like this is like the Deep Roots and like Friends of Dorothy, and then we'll cut all intermingle. But like I don't know, we can see like once accepted. I will say once accepted, not if accepted. Destiny, is your hand still up or is it? Okay, so we will.
Excuse me. With the platform engineering, well, before it was a tag, now a community group. At KubeCon, we always organize the platform coffee, and that's happening before the keynote, outside the venue, at a cafe of our choice. Normally, somebody that lives in the area or close by can say, "Hey, at this cafe, we can be here. They can keep for us these tables free from, I don't know, 7 until 8, 7:30. Normally for us it was 7:30 until 8:30 or something like that. That worked kind of nicely, and sometimes when we had enough of us CNCF ambassadors, we could pick up the bill, because CNCF ambassadors can have up to $150 for meetups. So we can put the money together, and we sometimes scramble the breakfast. Sometimes just swift it under the good cause company expenses and stuff like that. But somehow it always works. I mean, at the end of the day, just, I don't know, a muffin and a coffee is not a big of a deal. But yeah, it always works nice, and I know that we're gonna probably do it again at this KubeCon. So yeah, it would be cool.
So that would be in the same time that we're suggesting for the breakfast, though. Will it be?
Yeah, but the breakfast for Merge Forward is one time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the platform coffee, it's every day.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like, oops.
but to do something like that, there would be the need of somebody that is local to figure out where is possible.
But that would be if this is denied, right?
Okay.
Is that, or no, that was a question.
Well, the coffee at KubeCon is normally pretty disgusting, so I don't know. So same as the food, Destiny, as you know.
Yeah. Well, let's see what they say, because like we did submit it. The thing that I do like about having it in the room is that people kind of know exactly where the room is, because it's typically at the very end. You don't find, and it's like okay, then like at the beginning, like everyone within the community knows how to find us quickly. But I like your idea. It's a little bit more complicated because we might not have enough ambassadors if we want to do like the pickup, or we just have people pay for themselves. I don't know. But I think it's a good, so maybe we just decide we will do something, whether it is in the hub or at a coffee shop.
Or maybe we talk to our companies and we say, really, you're not going to support such a cause? Like, we put it on the personal side. I always do that.
One question I had is, where do you guys, or how do you set up the meeting for the platform engineering coffee?
Like in person, you mean?
Yeah, so like, where's the communication where you would know where to meet up, or how do you guys manage it, I guess?
There are two channels. So there is because now they close things, right? One is the platform engineering, platform dash engineering, and the other one is the platform coffee, which could have been merged or closed. Let me check. But if you go to platform dash engineering, if you don't go to platform dash engineering and you ask, and I will be asking probably tonight since I remembered, you can see it. Because you want to
Okay.
join that one as well?
Yes, I actually have my title is
Nice.
DevOps platform engineer, so I'll be jumping on. I know one of my teammates from India is a part of that community as well.
Cool.
Well, the next point, just like, so we do have the kiosk. So we're gonna have a merge forward kiosk. I don't know if who here, I mean, some of you, Destiny for sure, Jay has seen it as well. Will, I think, like the Deaf and Hard of Hearing kiosk that we had before. So we had a kiosk in the project pavilion. So the project pavilion is where all the CNCF
I know.
projects are. And so it's a half-day kiosk, and this time it is a merge forward kiosk. It's not Deaf and Hard of Hearing, it's merge forward. So we will open it up. And so basically the idea is to be there kind of for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing working group. It was basically, here, do you have any questions what it is to be deaf in tech? Like, here, this is what you can do if you want to kind of become an ally. This is what accessibility means for us, and blah, blah, blah. Just like to have like a discussion. So it was more for people to have an opportunity to just come and chat. So for the Deep Roots community, we are opening it up as well. So for those questions would be, of course, then for Curtis, Will, and Mark will be there. If this is something you would like to participate, I'm not like, yeah, we would have to kind of talk about the things that, what is our goal, right? Is it like getting allies? Like, is it, yeah, so, because we haven't had those strategic discussions yet. So yeah, just.
But when is the slot for the Deep Root?
So we have, well, we don't have it yet. So Donya, I will she is our merge forward on-site coordinator. So we'll have, so she's helping with all logistics for the kiosk, and also she will be helping with Community Hub. So I let her know, Will, that you are the point of contact. So basically it is a half day in the mornings kiosk, and then it just depends like when people are available. I think it's like an hour and a half or 1 hour slots or something. So it's not long. Yeah, yeah. So each person.
Okay.
I need to personally, the only blocking items for me would be a couple of meetings that I have while I'm there, and my talks. Then for the rest, if it's outside of those, I don't see a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll be available most. You just have to let me know ahead of time, and then I can schedule accordingly.
Okay, so I'll let Donya know when she'll reach out when she's. I think she's going to post something in the Deep Roots channel and all the other channels for people who are interested in helping out at the kiosk. One thing that we did do for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing which worked really well. But again, we need to kind of think it a little bit through. We had like a messaging guide. Just because like sometimes you're like, I'm here, it's like now people come, it's like you have no idea what to talk about. So it's like a little bit like, what are our goals, right? Like what are we trying to achieve? And then like what are the important talking points, right? Generally it's like educating people, right? And then what's it called? Recruiting allies and recruiting new members. So we would have to kind of discuss like that. Like we have to be sure we know what we want to do. And once we determine the goals for Deep Roots, which are going to be different than for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing working group, then we kind of create a few talking points, which is basically to help people so don't feel lost. Kind of like, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah. Yeah, but maybe, Jay, I think for the talking points, that's something we can create or like the goals, we can create a thread discussion in the channel, and then have everyone who we know is joining kind of tag them and have that discussion. Like, what are we gonna? Because like the goals are really important, right? so we're not
Yeah,
rambling.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep. No, it sounds good. Hi, Sunil. Welcome to the meeting.
Are you on mute? There you go.
Thank you, Catherine. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Sunil Ravipati from San Francisco Bay Area. You can see me at the bridge in the back. So I kind of joined late. Yeah, I was planning out to attend this, but just hopping from meeting to meeting here. So we just, especially given that we have a short week, we had a day off yesterday with Indigenous Peoples Day in California. So, and the rest of the country, I think it's a holiday, which is optional for some of the companies. So yeah, with the short weekday, I was kind of late to this. Just wanted to give a quick intro and you guys are talking, Catherine, you were mentioning about the kiosk. I was curious, is this the CNCF, no, not CNCF, KubeCon event, which is coming up?
Correct, yeah. KubeCon Atlanta. And so in the exhibit hall, there are like all the sponsors, and there's always a dedicated project pavilion area, which is, yeah, for projects, and then community groups like ours get like to participate as well.
Awesome, that's great. Yeah, I'm on other projects like the AI security, tag security, as well as SPIFFY tags, SPIFFY security, SPIFFY tag. So yeah, I was in Utah last year, but somehow missed to maybe, yeah, I came by the community group. So hopefully I can make it this year as well to Atlanta. I'm still TBD.
Great. So hopefully we'll see you there. And if you're there, you should also let us know in the Slack channel, because there are gonna be several activities. So one that you missed is there's a community hub, so there's going to be a discussion. We're hoping to have a breakfast for all the Merge Forward groups, not only for this group, and then the kiosk, and then so definitely make sure to check everything out.
Sure, Catherine. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, and we'll add the agenda, so if you can add your name as well. So I'm sure you don't see it.
Sure, yeah. Thank you.
And Destiny, I mean, or I don't know whose idea it was with the happy hour, but I think it's like, well, that was Destiny. So do you want to say a little bit about that?
Yes, so I brought up the happy hour idea because that's what we do for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Working Group. And I just said like that's just our time. We get together and we kind of like unleash. We literally have snacks, we're literally cooking during it, we're literally just asking questions about work, like even stuff at home. Like we had one time somebody needed to pick the paint to paint the room, and we just literally had that discussion. So we want to bring that to this as well. But yeah, just whatever we do for happy hour there, we're gonna bring it there. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, Jay.
Yep, no, I'm with that. We tried it last week, and I think yeah, I was hanging out by myself, even Destiny forgot, so that's all good. But we'll build momentum. But it'll be cool to set that, semi-regularly, because I think it's a cool idea as well, just for people just to vibe and connect, and said even don't have to have like a formal agenda or anything like that. I like what Destiny was just saying, just hanging out and getting to know one another. So yeah.
I had a question.
We'll
For
probably set another one soon. I'm on leave. Oh, yep.
I'm sorry, I had a break in the audio. I didn't hear that you were still talking. But no, I was just curious, was that the huddle that was on the 4th?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't able to attend. I had a conference at my company, but I was just curious, like did you just open up the huddle inside of that Deep Roots Slack channel?
Yeah, so we'll just like pick a day. Ours is usually every Thursday, once a month. We'll just pick a day and time that's best for everybody, and then we'll just literally join in. I mean, our last one was 3 hours long. And we had a new member. He came in, he told us how he got into tech because he didn't realize he hacked into the FBI. And he just told us this whole yeah, he told us this whole story, and we were all like just amazed. And so that was the experience. Like that's the connections we have. We're all telling our stories. We're all, just talking about different stuff. And then he talked about his hurdles and all the stuff that, now he's still looking for a job. It's been a year. So we all just kind of like poured in. We all shared our projects, we shared our websites, we shared all the projects that we've done. And we literally were just going through it. Like we just showed like this is what I'm working on. And then the next person was like, this is what I'm working on. And we just lit that in. And then it just kind of sort of led to us contributing to that project or us being, oh, maybe we should add this to our Devon Hardy Healing Working Group. Like that's what kind of happy hour we're hoping for. So I'm hoping for Deep Roots, we can kind of like just network and see where it goes. Like I mean, with that, we've done so many things because of happy hour. Like that's how we ended up with the Kubernetes and sign language. That's how we ended up with just having sign language deaf in the cloud sign language. Like we had a bunch of sessions for that just because we talked about it in happy hour. So I'm hoping that I can bring that to Deep Root and kind of like push us to, take that stuff forward and network and meet other people and kind of just get into stuff, basically.
Love it.
And I think the networking part is one of the most important and the most fun ones too, right? And it's so difficult to do this in a virtual world, right? Like in general, like if we have just like this official meeting or we have an agenda, it's not really, right? And it's once a month and then the rest is on Slack. So just having these very casual conversations is how you make real personal connections, right? And one of the things that I was saying is like as well, like, I mean, I've been doing this for a little while, and what I think is so cool is you really make friends. So that this is not our ultimate, like that's not the ultimate goal, right? We have a mission and so on, but like you really build, like even with people that you have never met in person, right? You are able to build like real, genuine relationships that you cherish, and then when you see the person, it's amazing, right? but I think for that to happen, I think these kind of casual interactions are important, right? Like not something as formal as this meeting. So and that's how people support each other, right? Like I know that Rob from the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Working Group, I think he helped 2 people get a job. So it's like, yeah, because it's like you get to meet it, yeah, and you get to meet people and then chat and then informal chats and whatever, and then suddenly, like they're like, oh, there's this opportunity. So it's like it's very organic, but that's how it happens in life too. But like, yeah, it's just the cloud native world is distributed. So
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Like, one of our members in the Deaf and Hard of Hearing Working Group, his wife does resumes, and she literally did mine. And I've landed so many contracts because of her. Like, that's how we network. Like, we're meeting the family, the kids. We all met our kids. Like, that's just one of those moments. That's what happy hour is. And yeah, like she said, it's very organic. And like, we are like 3 years in, and we all met each other for the first time at Cloud Native or KubeCon or KubeCast, well, not KubeCast, but like at the conferences. And then we also, just because we started there, we started going to other conferences and we met up there. And like we have 2 other members, they meet up to go to different conferences and test it. Like it just started and it led up to many more. And then we also like all the other, like I went to Pi, Ohio, and then 3 other members that were close by in neighboring state came to Ohio, and we all just took pictures, posted on Slack, and we just kind of like show the community. And then we also show like the talk that we did there. It was last minute, like we just on the roll, and we just showing like different stuff that we can do. And yeah, I just want to bring that to us here, and hopefully we can grow it into something more.
oh yeah, that was the last. I thought there was something else, but I love the happy hour idea. So like just to make it, so should we create a poll to ask people and then tag a few people for finding like a regular date, like a regular kind of day that works? Because I think you just like you did the soft launch and you just proposed the date, but not like you didn't give people options to and maybe like if we don't get a lot of engagement now, I really think that, so that's why I'm excited about, like, the good thing about KubeCons and these community gatherings is that you have a room full of people who are new. And then you can hopefully recruit them. And then when people just join, they're kind of more excited and engaged. And then if we can build momentum from there with the new people as well, then the people who kind of been there and was like, oh, this is like not much activity, and they kind of checked out, will check back in again. So I think like really like each KubeCon is basically an opportunity for a fresh start. That's why we should really kind of make sure that the community hub session, we're recruiting people, the kiosk, we're recruiting. Maybe one of the goals is recruiting people at the kiosk. It's like, and then, you know, like, you know, if you're there, it's like you see someone from the community, it's like, hey, you know, you just talk to them, you know, it's like, hey, do you know we have this group? And so basically the kiosk itself will have the Merge Forward branding, because they're not going to change that, but there is a TV, and so we can put like a slide up where we can have like a message, Deep Roots, you know, like the group for Black, Indigenous, and people of color, or something, you know, like have so people come and see. And then I think maybe the goal should not be allies, should be members. I mean, if allies want to come too, you know, like, but I think that might be a better, more fitting goal right now, because we need like members from the community. And then once we have like a big enough group that are active, then the next step would be like recruit allies, right? So
You know, will we be able to control what's on that slide?
yeah,
Because I was thinking like maybe put a QR code and they could land on our CNCF page and they can join from there. And then that has all the information, I think, for Slack on it, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. So basically, probably because like someone will have to bring their own computer, whoever is there, and then just
Okay.
put it in there, because there's no computer provided. They just have the laptop, and so we can
Gotcha.
do whatever we want. If something isn't working, we can switch it. You know, like we can do whatever we want. But I think I actually like that. Kind of like recruit it. That's the goal, recruiting, and just like, you know, just talking to anyone who passes by who is part of the community, you know, and to let them know. And then kind of say like, that's our goal, like recruiting people for KubeCon. Deep Roots goal for KubeCon Atlanta, recruiting members in the community hub, in the Breakfast, like everywhere. That's kind of like the thing, the mission, right? And then I think to kind of do like a restart for the community group. And then also because then I'm thinking for the happy hour, maybe we should, because it's just a month, because maybe that would be a night, like kind of like do the poll when we have the new people, or just and then maybe do one more like ad hoc.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like we have an opportunity to get more engagement when a few more people join. So
Yeah, I mean, Desi and I just sort of threw that initial time together just off the back of a conversation, just to get something rolling, and to do both, to have something a little bit more structured that works for more in the group, and then, as you said, just an ad hoc one when. Yeah, I mean, the idea part of it is to have something growing organically, right? So yeah, when people do have other commitments, they don't feel like, oh, you know, I've missed the boat. But yeah, ideally, people get comfortable to the point where they can just go, hey, I'm jumping on. I've got half an hour free or an hour free if anyone's around, and you know, just keep things rolling like that.
yeah. But I'm excited about KubeCon, because I think it's always a great opportunity, and it is a big community. It's not a small community, right? With deaf and hard of hearing, you're like, maybe we're gonna find someone. It's like with this community, you're going to find people, right? Like, so they're always present. We want more, but they're always present, right? So So yeah, so it should be good.
Complete tangent for a minute. Do will we have the opportunity, or do we want to think about? I know like some other working groups and things in the past, they've had like some form of a logo or icon or some sort of distinguishing thing. That's something that we get to think about, or just to help build that, brand identity as such. Is that something that CNCF will support, or we can just do it off our own steam?
I always found volunteers. So the Merge Forward logo was our buoyant designer, whom I've worked for over 10 years now. She's been with me with a different company. The mascot was created by an illustrator that I used to work with, and it was like that's so. I could ask her. She just did the Merge Forward logo, so I feel like because I've been pinging her for such a long time. But I do like the idea, but like I don't have any capacity to create, because I'm not a designer, right? And I don't know, I don't think we have any designer people in our group. I could ask her, or we could see like if there is someone who knows a designer in the community group. But I do like that, and then have little stickers and things like that. And everyone says
We
they
could use
love its name, so it's pretty sure we're gonna keep that. Everyone is like saying how
we could use a neutral something neutral, like a black glove in a fist, and then a pet like a panther. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
But I do like something with the roots, and then kind of like something that it like the roots, and then it turns into something that represents the variety of the people of the communities, right? So because it is deep root, so it would be nice to have something that with the roots that grows into something that but I don't know, well, you know what? She will actually be at KubeCon, because she also does videos and stuff like that. So we'll be recording some videos at KubeCon. So maybe I will introduce you to her. You can ask her. I'm sure she will say like
I see what you're doing.
you can say like, I heard you did this amazing logo for Merge Forward. How about doing
We have this very important cause. I go emotional and personal.
just
And then I'm
cry?
gonna say, really, you're not gonna do it for this cause? Really? You're that kind of person?
Yeah, we'll do that. I'm sure I'm sure she'll be happy to do it. The question is always like when to do it. Creating logos is not easy, by the way. Like creating logos is not easy.
Yeah, I've got some friends I could reach out to as well. I want something on a hoodie or a t-shirt at some point, so
That'd be nice.
it's jumping up the priority list for me now.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
we
I'll
can do
reach out.
is like kind of brainstorm some ideas, because what designers do need to know is kind of like, what are you, like what do you want? What are you going from, right? Like we don't want them to come up with the whole thing because they don't understand the backstory. But if we can come up with some, like some idea, some concept, then it's much easier for them to get going.
Cool.
We can say we want something between Gandhi, Buddha, Jesus, and Mike Tyson. And then this is what you have to, and put roots.
It's gonna be really easy. They're gonna the next day, and it's gonna
Sorry,
be
it's 8 o'clock in the evening for me. I'm just losing it, I think.
Very cool.
Hey, Jay, would you like to wrap up and close it?
Oh, can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
I just want to give big congratulations again and thank you to Destiny for stepping up as our co-lead. You've been so awesome, just throughout to help bring things together, help keep me on track and school me up as I find my feet and everything too. So thank you very much and looking forward to everything that you're going to do moving forward. And shout out to you too, William. I know it wouldn't have been an easy decision to make to step down. I just want to say really, really appreciate you, brother. I'm so glad that you're still sticking around and being an active part of the community as you have capacity. And just thankful to you both for everything going forward. And Catherine, of course, for keeping things moving. Even while on vacation, still corralling us and keeping things moving as well. So thank you.